that they were born to what? To rule. What about the people of Ondo State? That means they were born to serve. What about the people of Oyo State and people from Kebbi State? What about the British people? Were they born to rule? We generally were born to rule. We are born to what? To rule. Because that was what the man has just read. He said he built a garden in the book of Genesis 2, from verse 8. Then when he now built the garden, he made man to what? To rule, to till the land, to farm there, and to even enjoy the benefit of the land and live his life around the garden. When you look at the land today, we have gold inside the soil. We have petrol inside the soil. We have guava can be grown on the soil. When you look at the family of the Hebrews, they made their money from rubber. They have a lot of rubber plantation. And when you look at the Hebrew family, they are the first set of family in Nigeria who are exporting what? Palm. They're exporting what? Exporting pineapple outside Nigeria. Because they have it in mass. They have acres of land. But for you, and when you look at the life of Abraham, in the book of Genesis, and not before we get to Abraham, when you look at Genesis 4, from verse 1 to 10, you know, Cain and Abel, they invested on what their father has been doing. They were tiller of what? Tiller of land.
And Adam knew even his wife.
Yes.
And she conceived and bare again, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Tiller of what?
Of the
of
ground.
land. That's all. That is all. You can't be animal. You can keep animal husbandry. You can have livestock farm that can make you great in your community. You can start from chicken, fowl, local one. Before the agriculture one came, we have the local one. Then you can have snake farming. You can invest in what? In a goat farming. You can invest in sheep farming. You can even invest in dog fowl. You can invest in all these things. Look at the very money you gathered. 500,000 for ticket to UK. 450,000 tickets to what? To Switzerland. 1 million naira ticket to what? To Switzerland. Do you know, if you work on this 1 million naira, on tilling the land, investing on the land, in the village of your father, without buying land, what will you become? In another what? In another 10 years. You will be great. But that the people that invited you to UK wanted to make you a slave, to walk on the train slippers, to walk to school in UK, and be working in McDonald's, be helping them to clean the house, to be housekeeper, to be laundry boy, to work in what? Inside the train, carrying the dustbin, then tilling what? The tunnel from Brazil, from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Togo. But the white people are supervising. You are helping them to build their own economy. You are helping them to build their land. Because you have run away from tilling the land. For running away from tilling the land, you are going to face the wrath of life. You are going to face trouble. The Lord God will not bless you again. Because you have now become a what? An armed robber. You are robbing Peter to what? To pay Paul. That was what he said in the book of 1 Corinthians 3, from verse 1 to 10. 1 Corinthians 6, from verse 6 to 13. Then he now said in the book of Philippians 4, from verse 16 to 21, not to waste your time. In this seminar, we need to go back to farm. We need to go back to till the land. That was the reason why we have a lot of armed robber, pen robber in the bank. How can somebody said he has 3 children? They all study accounting. What do they want them to account? What are they accounting? What do they want to? What's the accountability before them? People's money. Do you know anybody that walks around the bank to be a bank manager is the head of the contribution? Olórí alájọ, not the bank manager. When you are doing, 10 people here are contributing to 2,000 naira every year, every week. So if you cannot keep the money in the house, you take it to the bank. And the other people from Akunwajo, other people from Dokpemu, other people from Agege, other people from Shomolu, where they gather this money in bulk to keep, it's called what? Bank. It's called what? Bank. Then the person that is watching over the money said we're helping you to use the money to trade. When is it going to, is it not going to cheat you? It will cheat you. So that's where they started robbing Peter to what? To pay Paul. That is your 250 million. We can give it to those people who wanted to what? Who wanted to do bitumen in Ondo State. We can give it to those people who wanted to what? Start selling petrol from Bayelsa, from Eket. But if they are going with the money to Eket, their vehicle caught fire. What happened to the money? That's the end of the money. Can fire destroy soil? Huh? No. Can fire destroy soil? No. That is the most landable and formidable thing the Lord said. We should make it a level playing ground for everybody. As a church member today, look at what is happening around the church today. In those days in 1970, 1965, 1968, church business is Saturday and Sunday business. The pastor will go to the farmer. Oh, he said these people are not home today. Oh, the wife will just tell the pastor, Pastor, why are you looking for them? Why are you looking for Mr. Dave? Why are you looking for Mr. Lukotu? Don't you know he only comes back from farm once in a month? It's next week that he will come back. When he will now come back, he will now come with the first fruit. That is the first plantain he harvested, the first vegetable he harvested. And they will use the basin to carry some to the pastor's house. And that is how we started the whole thing. Then when they give it to the pastor will have little tea in his house to eat. Then if 32 farmers now bring these things to the pastor's house will be full of food item, not cash. But during the time of Adeboye Abiara, Oyedepo, Obadare, and then the first square, and the winners, they said, no. Make it money. Make it what? Turn it to money. Your first fruit. We are interested in what? Your first fruit. How many first fruit will come to the purse of the church? And the church you are now tied, you are putting all this one, is owned by Mr. David Oyedepo. The second person to David Oyedepo is the wife. The next person is his first son. The next person is his second son. The next person is his first son. Then the next person is the in-law of what? Of the daughter. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because he has told you from the beginning that is David Oyedepo ministry. Just like you have Alausa ministry, Ministry of Agric, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Lands, and this is what he called. This is what he told you. Then go back to the book of Jeremiah 5. From verse 10, you see everything. He said when they were planting all this voodoo, you were at home resting. When they were making all this cage, you were at home resting. Now that you are walking to it, to get out of it will be difficult. He said in verse 22 and 23, he said, amongst my people, they are devilish people. You read about this before? This is what you are facing today. Then when you look at Jeremiah 17, from verse 1 to 10, everything that we are facing now is already in the Bible. Because they refuse to till the land. Because you want to go their way. They are smarter than you. They are clever than you. They will cheat you. When you look at it, Cain tilled the land. Abel was taking care of the flocks. Do you remember the question they asked Abraham? And when the question they asked Joseph, that in Genesis 37 and 38, they said, what is the profession of your father? He said, my father is what? He's a shepherd. We know him to be keeper of what? Keeper of animal. What is the profession of Dada? The husband of the first lady is a driver. Is that a profession? Is that a profession? Is driver a profession? Because he's a fool. And they fool him and fool his wife. Then what is the profession of Bajid? Bajid is a sculpture. He does sculpture for people. He paints people's picture. Then he was a painter. Is that a profession? Is that a profession I can pay? He's avoiding to till the land. But he wanted to eat yam. He wanted to eat guava. He wanted to take pineapple. He wanted to eat watermelon. He wanted to do, look at all what you can easily have at the back of your house. But laziness has put handcuff in your hand. Laziness has put handcuff in your hand. When you look at when I was planting yam there, some days ago, I pointed to that cement that is going to capture now. Go there and capture that cement. The cement was meant to build a house. But by one accident or the other, it now gets solid. It now becomes a rock. What can we use that block, that cement for? We can only use the block to shock a car. We can only break it to fill a pit. We can only break it. It cannot be used to what? To do the house again. Unless we take it to abroad. Unless we fly that cement to abroad so that they can reprocess it to powder. But they will only add it to the sound. It will not come again as what? As cement. That is the life of some of us today. That is the life of some of us washing at home. That was the life of some fathers today who cannot be productive again. When you look at the book of 1 Timothy 4, from verse 4 to 10, 1 Timothy 6, from verse 1 to 10, 1 Timothy 5, from verse 6 to 13. He said a lot of things. He said, don't give your body to the world, because the time is coming when you'll be living as a walking corpse. You have no value. And that was why he was saying that salt is very important in every home. But when a salt fell into the water, it cannot what? It cannot serve his purpose again. Then when you look at the shark fish, how powerful the shark was. If you should block the water, if you should take the shark out of the river, I don't think the shark can live 12 hours. If he managed to live 12 hours, he cannot live 24 hours. He will die. Because he's out of river. He's out of water. Then if you don't take him out of the river, then you put boiling ring into the water that you already carved out with the shark and hit it on the burner. What happened to the fish? It will die. When they hit the water around you, is when you are thinking and you result into hypertension. Hypertension will lead to diabetes. Diabetes will lead to SAW. SAW will lead to death. It's a serious. Immediately high blood pressure arrest him. He will, after some 9 or 21 months, he will invite diabetes. Diabetes we now invite SAW. SAW now we invite death. So until they take the money away. Because he allowed, he normally take 4 to 10 bottles of mineral in a week. He said, I cannot sleep without a bottle of mineral. No problem. Your days are numbered. Don't bother about that. Your days are numbered. You will soon run into what will kill you. Sugar problem. Because everything has its time. Everything has its what? Its own time. When you look at it, in that Genesis 2, he said man was born to lead. Man was born to lead. Human being was born to what? To take charge. When you look at the book of Ephesians 4, Ephesians 5, 1 Timothy 4, and 2 Timothy 13, he said
For every
everything.
creature of God is good,
Yes?
and nothing to be refused,
Uh-huh.
if it be received with thanksgiving.
God bless you, my
For
brother.
it is such
God bless you, my brother.
Amen.
All what the Lord created is good. If we receive without biased mind, if we do not receive with what? With biased mind. What are Nigerians doing in America? What are Nigerians doing in Russia? What are Nigerians doing in Malaysia? What are Nigerians doing in what? In Philadelphia. What are Nigerians people doing in Britain? They are there to waste their time. They are there to waste their time. They are there to waste their talents. They are there to waste. Look at the houses in the north. Government are giving them fertilizer because of the type of area where they are. But we do not need fertilizer in Ondo State in Obidugba. We don't need fertilizer in Ikare. We don't need a fertilizer in Ore. We don't need fertilizer in Auchi. We don't need fertilizer in Omulede. We don't need fertilizer in Obulafo. We don't need fertilizer in Enugu. We don't need fertilizer in Onitsha. But what are the people of Onitsha doing with their land? What they are only doing with the land now is to build gigantic building. Building of 42 million, 1 billion. They will build it in the village, no road. And they will be living in Lagos. Having their business in what? In Malaysia. Is there any sense in this? Nigeria has lost out of what? They are out of the way. When you look at Jeremiah 6:16, he said, go and trace the ancient way, the ancient path. But the problem we're facing is in the book of Ezekiel 16, verse 44 and 45. He said, like father, like son. In those days, our forefathers, they married many wives. Just the Oviera men of Benin, the Jaja of Opobo, the Oninope of Nope, the Igala of Igala. Because all these people want, they use that women as machinery to work in their farm. But now, Tinubu, Atiku, Obasanjo, they use all these ladies they fornicated with as an ornament, a flower pot in their living room. They only use them for sex. Rather for them to go and meet commercial sex, as we have it in the book of 1 Kings 3, from verse 6 to the end. He said we are commercial sex, but we have 2 babies for unwanted pregnancy came in, and we have it for what? For the world, not for any man, because we don't know their father. One died overnight. Then they brought the case to whom? To Solomon. Brethren in Christ, my brother in Christ, we need to go back to farm. Members of Elijah home and abroad, bring down money from America, from London, from everywhere. Go to your village. Go to Ijebode, go to Elisha. Go to Aba, go to Onitsha. Come back home and set up fish pond, tilapia pond, shrimp pond, catfish pond, snail farm, pineapple farm, sugarcane farm, then carrot farm, kola nut farm. Just to portrait it. Somebody whom the father and the mother, they use cocoa to raise 4 graduates. And none of the graduates read agriculture. That means they have thrown away the talent of their father. They've thrown away what the figure that they fed them has been biased. So automatically, sending 5 of your children to the university is a waste of money. It's a waste of money. Since 1981, the fourth reign of Buhari till now, all the people that work in the CBN are the Hausa people. In all the top posts were being given to the Hausa people. All the top posts in NNPC were given to the Hausa people. All the top posts in all the government parastatals, even in Navy, in Air Force, in everything, is given to the Hausas. You see, when the Hausa people fail exam, then they will go back to what? To have cattle herd. But the people from Abeokuta, the people from Ondo states, they will go and live with their brother in Lagos and repeat the paper. And repeat that same GC. Then after repeating the GC, they will now pass the exam after the 4th year. But the Hausa man who failed 4 years ago is already cadet inspector in the police. The Igbo man who failed the exam 5 years ago, who wanted to go and repeat and retake the exam in Aba, will now just come back to Lagos and be selling spare parts after he has mixed and crashed out from his neighbors and friends and his mates. Look at all the 3 pregnant women. They are all here in spiritual confinement, but they are not going to put to bed the same day. But they only calculate, we put to bed the same year. The same what? The same year. But if anyone careless with his own baby, he will regret for life. So, because that is a circle. Oh, he said yes. The son of Shei, well, I think he has 2 weeks or 2 months ahead of that's a son. Yes. But they are both living in America. Yes. They are mates. They are mates. But if the son of Shei gets wedded this year, maybe 2023, then the one of Dada is still hanging around the fornicators and everything. The mother will say, can you please? That is your mate. You better sit tight. That's your mate. We all have mates. We have rank. We have people rank and file that we can file up with. When you see the ants moving in the morning, when they are filing out according to what? Their age brackets. In the book of John, in Proverbs 6, he said, go to the sluggards and ask and find out how they organize themselves, how they walk, how they are wings. So they till the land 24/7. You will never see an ant that build a story building or a refinery. No. They are busy doing, even go to the ant hill. They have a king, they have a queen, they have everything. They are doing their work. They were meant to till the land. Look at the rabbit. The rabbit will never live in a house, except a dilapidated house. He will till to keep himself. And when you look at lion, and when you look at tiger, tiger said, God, just let me have good health. Don't bother about the meat I'm going to eat. When I wake up tomorrow, I will know the meat I'm to eat, I will shout for it. But just give me what? Good health. But Nigerians are asking for good health to go and steal from Abuja, to go and steal like El-Rufai, to go and steal like Oyedepo, to go and steal like Abiara, to go and steal like Nigerian great pastors who said they want 32 jets, the one that will be carrying their dog, one that will be carrying their maids, one that will be carrying their food. That made me to remember when Oshoba was the governor of Ogun State. The wife was receiving treatment in Lagos. Then they will use the government car to go to Abeokuta and bring a wedu that drove well. They will use government car to go and bring a wedu that draw very well. That Abeokuta wedu is good than the one of Lagos. Then driver will go and the oddly to go and bring this, just to waste the taxpayers' money. Then when he wanted to take a title in the Ogboni that never concerned the government, they wasted a lot of life. In between Papalanto and Shagamu, they wasted about 250 lives, that money, because they wanted to take the Arab of Ogboni. When they were busy planning to destroy Dipodina, that brought APC to Ogun State. But I didn't mean all these people are in the farm. In their farm. We don't think about killing each other. No. No. A carpenter is a governor in Bayelsa. Somebody who was a minister of education. When they sat before the computer, before they start even putting all the answers, they'll be getting results during the time of Wike. And later they even now crown Wike again with the governor of Rivers, so that he can use his bullets, his dirty mouth, to talk to anybody anyhow. Rather for Wike to be on the high sea, pounding canoe, and be doing ogogoro like his forefathers. They gave him right to sit in the governor house. And even Goodluck United, who's supposed to be taking care of our cows, who read zoology, and they gave him the key of Aso Rock. Somebody who's supposed to be taking care of what? Zoo. Nigeria zoos. Or to live in Kenya or South Africa, where the wild animal lives. Brethren in Christ, this lecture is very important. Go back to village. Leave Elisha, Nigeria. Take the branch with you to your village. Go to Odeda. Go to Abeokuta. Go back to your village. And be what? And do your farming. The best can be get out till out of the land. When you look at Abraham, they gave him what? They gave the father of Joseph, Goshen, where he will go and what? And graze his animal. Look at the issue of the cattle rearers. Do anybody in Ore need cow from Kaduna? Do anybody from Auchi need anybody to take a cattle rustler to go to Okitipupa, to go to Aba, to go to Onitsha, to bring a cow to Enugu? We don't need all this. We don't need all this. Now the Hausa people has already changed. All the cattle, the cordial, the wood that they normally use to what the staff that they normally use to lead all these cows to where they're going to graze. They now change it to what? To AK-47. To ammunition that carry what? 15 rounds ammunition. To what? To take care of cow. Because they wanted to measure all the land space of Nigeria. And you remember what Obe and Sonny Ade said in those days? He said there is no farmer in the farm again. Everybody is back to Lagos. Everybody is back to Abuja. Everybody is back to Jos. Everybody is back to Ueli. They are what? They wanted to be browsing on the laptop. They wanted to have cyber cafe. They wanted to be doing Yahoo Yahoo. They wanted to even be from Nigeria stealing from Russia. They wanted to be from Nigeria, be stealing from Brazil. They wanted to from Nigeria, be taking Western Union. From what? From Afghanistan. And half of us again, because we refused to till the land. That was what gave out to the ISIS. That because eventually how they invented the computer has put the whole world in what? In disarray. Has put the whole world, the most thing that created our trouble today is the computer. Is what? Is the computer. The photographer cannot make livings again through computer. The post office cannot make money again through computer. Through the box they call computer. Then, if you wanted to buy a ticket, the ticket owner cannot make money again. You make it on the computer. Even the CD they gave to us about 20 years ago, now they phase it out. They said we should go to stick or flash drive. So we don't need to follow all these all these things. We should go back to farm. Go and till the land and feed your tummy till you go back. Till you what? Till we drop dead. Because time and what? And time is in the hand of God. As created in the book of Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 10. He said there is time for everything under heaven. The biggest company we have today is what? Is everybody want to be pastor. Everybody want to be general overseer. Everybody want to be seer. When you look at it, if God called the husband, the woman you marry from Abba, The woman, the Yoruba married from Aba, he even has the calling already. Because himself and the wife husband has been meeting on the bed. So through the sex, the calling will be transferred through the husband. So they will all be, two of them will now be pastor and pastor missus. This is where what we are facing now. And all these pastors in the evening, they will eat a 4-euro. They will eat a wuro. They will now eat akpon. They will now eat egusi, and then they will now kill goat to do the birthday of their children. Why don't you go and react and have a livestock farm? Why don't you go and do all these things? This is the Easter Monday of 2017. We've been doing all these lectures before traveling took everything away from me. Now that we are back to stay, anybody who watch this clip, please don't think you want to build a gigantic house again. Remove this from your mind. Go and look for 4 acres of land. Plant cassava, plant mango, plant mahogany, plant a timber, plant a rubber tree, plant tree. Then go and have animal. When you look at Malaysia, they came to Tumpa in 1975, 1976 to come and take palm kernel to Malaysia. They are now the lead in the exporting of palm oil into everywhere now. And when you look at Lagos State now, anything from the month of July or August, they will be grinding the back of palm kernel with what? With cement before you can build a house in Lagos State. Because the water of Lagos State is harsh, it's acidic. So it's only the only thing that can help. When you buy a bag of what? A bag of cement. You are going to buy 300 bags of what? Of palm kernel shell to mix with the cement, to mix with the sand, to build. Do you remember we don't need Dangote to build? In those days, in 1970, 1969, 1968, when we were still young, able bodies in our village, seven able men with their wife, they will now dig a red clay and build their house from it. When you shoot a gun into the clay, the moldy block, it cannot penetrate. But the cement of Dangote, the Portland cement of Mokolu and Dangote, they were just buying a bag of cement for 2,700, 3,000 during the regime of change of Tinubu and Fashola and Fayoshe, and they are still what? Running the amount on the television. Every local government, every Friday, rather to go to the mosque, they should go to the farm. They should stop going to mosque on Friday. They should stop going to church on Sunday. They should leave everybody to do praise worship in their house and talk to their God in the language he's going to hear. When you look at the book of Matthew 6, Matthew 7, and Matthew 8, and when you look at Matthew 10, and then when you look at the book of John 15, from verse 1 to 5, John 14, verse 1 to 8, but he said in John 3:16, he said, God so loved the world, so the Father too loves us, and give us the soil as a plain, level ground. Brethren in Christ, when you look at all those that are great in the Bible, they till the land. Let's talk about Cain and Abel, they take the land. When you look at the Bible, in the book of Genesis 5, from verse 1 to end, he said Manasseh was 400 years old when he begat his son. He was a farmer. When you look at the Bible again, he said Kishmael was 450 years old before he got what? Got married. What was he? What he was doing? Tilling the land. Keeper of animal. If you are not tilling the land, you keep the animal. You can even be tilling the land and be keeping the animal together. But today, reverse is the case. When Dr. Sheyi wanted to eat chicken, drive to Agege. When Dr. Sheyi wanted to eat a tilapia or catfish, he drive to Mushin. How much is his salary? How much is he earning? He will pay rent. He will pay the school fees for the children. Maybe the wife is going to have triplets now. We don't know. Maybe they are going back to Ijebu. Just like my brother. Miko, Steve. The firstborn was 2 sets of boys. The second born was 2 sets of girls. Then the other one, number 3, was 1. Then when he lost his job, I advised him the Lord will give him long life. I advised my brother, I said, come, you are owing your landlord 6 months what? Rent. You know what I advise you? There's a place I can give you here where you can live, but I won't give it to you. You now become a nuisance on me. Why don't you go back to Odeaye? Go back to our town. Then when he goes to Odeaye, he saw a complete building that somebody rented to him for 12,000. Then he paid for 3 years. 12,000 per month. He paid for what? For 3 years. The balcony, he has about another 3 plots of land at the back. That's where he was farming with plantain, farming with vegetable and everything. He looked fresh today. And he has a factory in one of the rooms, producing balm. Waiting for the NAFDAC to approve it now. And the children of recent, 2 of the 4 set of twins, they made first. In their study, they made A or ranks. But I didn't make the landlord throw them out. They won't have time to have good and able environment to study. But they can still bring their father to the city tomorrow if they now become a doctor. Rather for their father to die in penury or commit suicide. He's a lazy person that will commit suicide, who did not know the what. How many hours the Holy Spirit used to what? To create him in his father's womb. And even is a cause for people to take his life. Then when you look at the life of, when you look at Isaac, before we get to Isaac, we got to Abraham. Abraham was the tiller of land. In the book of Genesis 12, from verse 1 to 4, he said Abraham was what? Was so poor. At the age of 75, he went back to farm. At the age of 75, Abraham went back to what? To farm. How old is Olola? How old is Baba Tibetan? How old is Olonwa? How old is Yawotubo? How old is Yawodada? How old is Bajid's sister? But everybody wanted to live in the shop, to be hairdresser, to be nail treater, to treat nails, then to paint people who wanted to do wedding. And paint them, their nose, their mouth, and make them to stand by the mirror. So that business has come. He said, my people are perished because of lack of knowledge. Hosea 4 verse 6. Let's go back to farm. Your 2 hands are still there. Your 2 legs are still there. He said, make hail while the sun is still what? It's still shining. Stop stealing. Stop laying ambush for your brothers. Stop even waiting for the mistake of your neighbor. Stop even taking insult to God from your landlord. Because the lesser chorus in hymn 15 and 16, he said, Motiri, Motiri, Motimo. Bayeti is already so long latarare. Because he said in the book of Jeremiah 6:16, he said, go and trace the ancient way. Which one is the ancient way? Tilling the land. Walking on the land. Go to Abeokuta way there. Go to Papa. Go to Ilaro. Go, if you cannot go back to your village, you have a car. Go and get a pickup. Go to farm Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pray to your God there, it will answer your prayer. Don't allow Oyedepo to mess you. Don't allow Abiola to mess you. Don't allow Deeper Life to mess you. Don't allow Foursquare to mess you. Don't allow Catholic to take your life. Before you know you are dead in their hand. Then when you look at the life of Abraham, in Genesis 13, somebody to read. He said Abraham and Lot, they were so rich in what? In livestock, in cattle. Even you can have a cage at the back of your house to rear chicken for your children, to rear eggs for your own feed, for domestic feed.
Went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver and in gold, And he went
Where
on
do we
his
get
journey.
cattle? Where do we get silver? Where do we get gold? Is when you get to Elisha. When you look at the trouble that happened in Elisha sometimes ago, that happened between Aregbesola and the new king, Oni. The former Oni has millions of people tilling the land there, getting the gold in a hard way. Then after the death of Oni, Aregbesola went to China and bring people to what to use it, to do it in what? In an English way. So that I can easily steal it and then before his regime come to an end. That was what caused the hula battle between himself and the Oni. Oni wanted to take charge. That he is the owner of the land. Aregbesola has only come as what? Somebody they elect as a governor. That was why they destroyed virtually up to about 1,000 the Hausa people that was stealing it raw for the Emir of Kano. Stealing it raw for Emir of Sokoto. They have their representative there. So the Lord has removed their hands out of the place. But the people of Elisha are not benefiting from it. The people of that area are not benefiting from it. Wife of Goodluck has a representative there. People from New York has a representative there. People from California, white people has a representative there. For people to do the manual labor. As we are doing it in South Africa. That's why they are doing it here. Even the coal mining, you see, it's not about land. When you look at Enugu in those days, the Shako in Enugu was what they were using to what? To power their area. But when laziness came, we were looking for turbine, we were looking for solar, we were looking for pipe to come from Niger Delta. Brethren, we need to think about the good thing we can do with our life. Because it said in the book of Ezekiel 14:14, he said, if Noah, Daniel, and Job should come, what was the work of Joshua? To divide the land. When you look at Joshua 1, Joshua 2, Joshua 3, 4, and 5, Joshua came to what? To divide the land for the 12 tribes of Israel. Anybody who wanted to farm should farm. When Joshua sent spies to Ai, and he said they should go there. When he sent spies to Canaan, the people he met there, they were what? They were mechanized farmers. And what would the produce they brought there encourage them that they're going to what? Get something good. Do we have NNPC during the time of Joshua? No. Do we have Nigerian Bottling Company in the time of Joshua? No. Do we have Globalcom in the hands of Abraham? No. But we're thinking we are what? We are enlightened. The civilization has come. No, he has only put our life on the fast track to die. Telephone has killed a lot of people in Nigeria, even in West Africa, even in America. When some people are receiving telephone, they lost control of what? They're driving. Do we need telephone to till the land? Do we need it? No. So that's the problem. We don't need it. We don't what? We don't need it. Are you ready to follow the lecture today? This is not sermon. We are begging you. You can be living Lagos and take your 20,000 to go and give it to your people to help you get 2 acres of land for cassava. Then after 6 months or 9 months, they can bring 10 bags of cassava into Lagos. Then you sell it to make your money from it. And then you can even give them money to help you plant oranges. To plant what? To plant cashew. You can still even buy cashew nut. When you get to all the supermarket today, you still a bottle of granite. Even though if you wanted to go on granite alone, every 6 months, then you can till and plant what? Granite. Then from the granite, you can what? Make a lot of things. Look at the granite pyramids during the time of the colonial era. That was what made them to give us the cheating they give us till tomorrow. That the people in Kano is more than the people of Ibadan and Lagos. Because what they are benefiting from, the northerners. People in the desert and the people in the swamp area. Where do you think people will stay more? In the swamp area. And when you look at what Awolowo did with cocoa, when you look at what Ogbemudia, Okotiebo, and all these people, even the petrol we are using today, the palm kernel, stand from the Midwest. Before the seed go around the whole place. Started from the Middle West. Brethren, the lecture will tell you what to do. A word is enough for the wise. Because he was telling Isaac in Genesis 26, he said, don't go to Egypt. And when they were in Egypt too, they were using the people of what? Of the Israelites to want to till their lands. And then they even built store cities where they have storage. Ramses, they put it there in the book of Genesis 40, 41 and 42. That was why they employed Joseph to take charge for interpreting the good dream. 7 years of famine. 7 years of what? Of bountiful harvest. What are you expecting now? And what do you desire to do? So now, this is the month of April. In another 2 weeks' time, April will be no more. Then we're in the month of May. Then after the month of September, then everybody will be singing, Ọdún lọ sópin o, táyà tọmọ. Who is a fool? Táyà tọmọ is a fool. Táyà tọkọ is a fool. Tọmọ ti bàbá is a fool. He said, do you know my age? Who cares about your age? Your age has nothing, it's not meaningful to us. You have a useless age. He said, I'm 75 years old. Have you built? He said, no. How many of your children has graduated? God knows better. Are you eating well? He said, no. How much are they buying one egg in Nigeria now? 80 naira, 100 naira. Bigger ones. And we cannot even supply. We don't have enough hand to supply. They don't have enough hands. Go to Malaysia. Go down to South Africa and see how people who are doing what? Mechanized farming. Owned by what? By the English people. That's what Mugabe said he did not want to see. What happened to the blacks? He drove away the black, the what? The white. That the black should take charge till tomorrow. The black cannot what? Put food on their table because of laziness. Early marriage. Career before what? Before wedding. But they now make it wedding before career. Some people have 4 kids before they go and learn plumbing. Will they be able to take insult again? No. Now, time for questioning.